I would like to introduce at first Ulrike Hennes. She is the president of the Max Losher Foundation, and she formed this foundation together with Professor Max Losher about 10 years ago. And when Losher died 7 years ago, she became followed in the role, and then she became the president of that foundation. I am Andreas Edelmann. Ulrike Hennes is my boss. Ulrike Hennes did accompany myself for this new seminar of MTN and Dr. Ahmed Eldemelawi here in Dubai. To be in Dubai is for the foundation a great option, because we have now the possibility to spread the work of Max Losher to other large areas of the Near East. The difference is just the locality. The difference is, of course, as you maybe know from all the different channels of MTN in Cairo, we are present in Egypt since 2018. So this is now 5 years long, a very traditional situation that we are supporting Dr. Ahmed and his team in providing and spreading and presenting the work of Max Losher in this area. Also, I would like to express that this is not only a new location, but this is beautiful, new, expanding country with new aspects for the future. Dubai is tremendously in regards to the technology, very much expanding and pushing the world. And that's why we are glad that we are part of this process. Dr. Ahmed's program is tied to self-management, and the Losher diagnostic created by Max Losher is a tool which is very helpful and is a cornerstone for this part of self-management. People or clients who wanting to know more about themselves and maybe have problems in not being themselves in the current environment would obtain advice, counseling and help from trained coaches, consultants, and this is done through the Losher color test. And the Losher color test is a psychological tool to get a better insight into the emotional state of a person. And the emotional state of a person is pretty much hidden. We don't show what we really are, but we normally protect ourselves. And through this tool, the client provides, through this selection of colors, of different specified colors, provides a deep insight. And then we are able to use that information to guide the person, to allow him to motivate himself. This was actually the effect of Ulrike Hennes. We both were co-workers, collaborators in a pharmaceutical company, and I had the problem as a group leader to select eligible co-workers working in my team. And then I told her I have a problem in picking the right person. And then she told me, why don't you use the Losher color test? Because she already for years worked with Max Losher all together, and she was very familiar with this work. And by using this tool, I was very successful in picking the right person. I was working directly with Professor Losher for more than 23 years now. The color test is actually only a tool. It is a tool to get an insight into how we feel, how we think, how we behave. And the perception of colors is totally different than the normal way of how we get insight into a person. Normally, this is done by interviewing. This is done by asking questions, and still the questions can be used, but with this very easy to do tool, where the person is selecting certain patterns of colors, you see his emotional state, whether the person is frustrated, maybe feels disappointed, has some kind of a negative, discomfortable feelings. And this is the critical point. People do sense discomfort in situations where they're exposed to that they don't like. And this is then discovered with the selection pattern. And then you also see where the person would like to do how they would like to cope this problem. And this is really one of the great benefit that you have with this type of test, whereas in the other tests, you're only measuring or identifying a problem, but not necessarily what the person would like to do to change that feeling of discomfort. Through working or giving seminars, I got a deeper insight into the theory, the methodology of Losher, how we function as people psychologically. And it gave me certain elements I could learn, either to be somewhat taking myself back when I'm very pushing, directive. So I'm learning to be a bit more humble and more listening to others, to be now more tolerant to others, more open, more receptive, more integrative into others, because I'm a physician and the physician normally knows where the problem is. It is at first a psychological instrument. It is a diagnostic tool, and I can use this to learn more about the other person around me. And in addition to that, you can also learn something about yourself. So it is both ways. It's mainly the others, and they are not clearly known. We don't know really the other person. And then, of course, we also learn something about ourselves. We continue. That's it. This is my message. I think it's a very valuable instrument. It provides many benefits in our psychological health caring profession. And that's why it is a great chance to propagate that knowledge to other people who are interested. MTN is for us as the foundation a great platform. And I have to admit, MTN is a tremendous media platform, and that provides us that option to propagate this quite unknown tool. And the next thing is we do have now a traditional collaboration very close with Dr. Ahmed. And of course, we see the change. He gets older. We have now younger people. So there is some change in the generation.